Good evening. We could start, and I'll ask Pastor Klein to join us at the podium to lead us in the invocation. And if everyone would please stand. I am not seeing Pastor Klein. Mr. Sharpless, would you lead us in an invocation?
Absolutely. Please bow your heads. Thank you, precious Heavenly Father, for the time we get to spend here in fellowship, Lord. Thank you for just giving us the wisdom and discernment to make decisions to help impact our students' lives, Lord. And we ask that you encourage us and please be with us as we leave this place and give us safe traveling mercies. In your precious and holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And if you'll please stay standing, and if I could have Nathan Bordoni come up to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And we've got a little microphone over here.
Right over there. Yeah.
Beautiful. Whenever you're ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, you can now be seated, except for you, Nathan, because I have some questions for you. Can you join us back at the microphone? How's it going?
Good.
You did a great job with the Pledge of Allegiance. Did you learn that at school?
Yes.
Yeah? So I hear that you go to, what school do you go to?
Highland City Elementary.
Highland City Elementary. And what grade are you in?
Fourth.
Fourth? And you're 10 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. So what is your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Math. All right. And do you enjoy reading as well? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite book that you've read lately? It's okay if you don't have a favorite, because I don't think I have a favorite. I like them all.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good problem to have. So what else do you like to do in your free time?
Read.
Read? There you go. And do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
Not really. I don't really know yet.
That's all right. You got plenty of time, dude. It is all right. You got lots of time to explore. We've got some great career academies when you get into middle and high school, so we've got lots of time. Do you have any special guests with you here this evening?
My mom, my dad, and my brother.
Your mom, your dad, and your brother. And what's your brother's name?
Ian.
Ian. Well, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Thank you for coming and leading us with the pledge. We appreciate you. Have a great rest of your school year.
Thank you.
We'll now call this meeting to order for Tuesday, May 9th. And our first order of business will be to accept the school board agenda for this evening. Superintendent Hyde, do we have any revisions?
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair, we do. Item B3, inside PCPS planning team recognition. An item was moved to the work session. Item B number 5, student recognition, was moved to the June 13th board meeting agenda. Item D1, approved minutes of the April 25th, 2023 school board meeting minutes were attached. Item F1, new administrators, an attachment was added. And item P1, RCMA School of Hope operator PBA attachment was added. That concludes all the amendments.
Thank you, Superintendent Hyde. I'll now hear a motion to accept the May 9th, 2023 school board agenda as revised.
So moved. Second.
Ms. Cunningham and Ms. Fields. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries. The next item on our agenda is special recognition, so I will turn it over to Superintendent Hyde.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, at this time, I'd like to ask Board Member Lori Cunningham to step down for our first recognition. I'll be joining her momentarily. This year, we have something unique, our first opportunity. We were contacted by the Florida Prepaid Scholarships Group, and our school district was awarded 6 different scholarships. We were awarded 3 529 saving plans worth $1,000 each to assign to incoming kindergartners only, And then we had 3 two-year prepaid college plans worth $8,000 each that we could assign to any students in grades K through 12. And so this year, we do have 6 of our students we recognized. We did a lottery process to randomly select these students. So we're very excited to have this opportunity. It is a reoccurring opportunity, so one that hopefully we'll be able to establish each and every year. But a free opportunity to attend a college university, or at least any finances to go towards paying for college tuition, would go a long way to help our families. So we're excited to be here tonight. I know we have many of our students and families with us, so I'll step down at this time.
Thank you, Superintendent Hyde. And I will give him a second to get down there. All right. And so first, we have, the first 3 are for our 529 savings plans, the $1,000 scholarships. These are incoming kindergarten students. And the first will be Juliana Hernandez from John Snively Elementary. All right. All right. Yeah, you get to keep the check. And next, we have William Javier Pera Jimenez from Lena Vista Elementary. And next, for the elementary scholarships, we'll have Kamani Landon Jones from Fred G. Garner Elementary. All right, congratulations to our incoming kindergartners. And again, the next are for 3 two-year prepaid college plan scholarships valued at $8,000. The first is from Lakeland Highlands Middle, and that is Moses Gil Ayala. And our next middle school scholarship is from Sleepy Hill Middle, and that is Jacob Lemaster. Congratulations, Jacob. And just to double check, do we have Camila Rivera Reyes from Ridge Community High School with us this evening? We do not. So she is our third winner. So we will make sure we get that out to Davenport, Main City. So, all of our scholarship winners. My friend, Miss Ann Everett in the back, if you and your parents can go see Miss Everett, she's going to help you get all of the paperwork filled out so that we can get you all onboarded and signed up with Florida Prepaid. So if you meet her, you can go out either of these doors and meet her in the back, and she will help you get all set up. No. Oh. Is this Camilla?
Nope.
Yes. Woo! All right. So again, this is for a 2-year prepaid college plan scholarship valued at $8,000 for Miss Camila Rivera Reyes from Ridge Community High School. And Camilla and family, Miss Everett is in the back, and she's going to get you set up online so that you have everything all in your portal and you're all signed up. And Superintendent Hyde, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Yes, ma'am. That's exciting. How, kids were here for what, 15 minutes? They earned $8,000 for 3 of them? That's a pretty good ROI, if you ask me. So now I'd like to invite Jeanette Crowley, Director of Strategic Planning and Partnerships, to come forward to recognize members of the District Advisory Council.
This up. Thank you, Superintendent Hyde, Madam Chair, school board members. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight and recognize our District Advisory Council who served for the 2022 through 23 school year. As a reminder, this council serves an advisory role to the superintendent and paid particular attention to the district's strategic plan goals for improving student performance and overall district improvement. They also serve as a link between our schools, the district, and community. As you remember, I was here earlier this school year when we launched a new procedure for the District Advisory Council where we seek nominations from our community stakeholders. We had an overwhelming response from our community members and nominations. We did secure 30 community members that with a broad range of community and faith-based leaders, business partners, civic organizations, parents, and SAC representatives. Their expectations for the membership was a 1-year commitment for the general DAC members and then a 2-year commitment for our executive board members, which includes our chair, our vice chair, and secretary. They met 5 times during the school year, and that also included an orientation and a welcome. Their work during the school year at each meeting explored each goal area of the strategic plan. Goal Area 1, student outcomes. Goal Area 2, developing great teachers and leaders. Goal Area 3, engaging families and community members. Goal Area 4, efficient and equitable use of resources. And Goal Area 5, develop the whole child. Tonight, we want to publicly recognize those that could be with us who served, and we want to express our appreciation to all of them for their involvement and commitment to serve. Each member of the District Advisory Council is invested in supporting the work of our school district, and we can't thank them enough for their time. I'd also like to thank Superintendent Hyde, Deputy Superintendent Green, Matt Campisi, and our regional assistant superintendents, along with our community liaisons and district staff for their time, support, and expertise that they provided this year for our District Advisory Council members. So with us here tonight, Okay. We have Ed Flood. Ed, please come down. Yep, we're going to do a group photo. So Ed, if you want to just go ahead and stand up front, we'll do a group photo all together with our certificates. Joe Griffin. Joe Griffin also served as our Goal Area 2 committee chair as well for this year. Bernadette Pilkey. Is Dr. Stone with us tonight? No, okay. Christina Booth. Christina? Oh, okay. Crystal Davis. Crystal also served as Goal Area 3 Committee Chair. Sarah Frederick? No, okay. Tanya Akute? Julie Davis? Francisca Mendez? Shannon Stutt? Tabitha Hill? Darren O? Lakita Gent? Is there anybody that I missed in the audience that served on the District Advisory Council this year? Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll give you a call. Okay. Do we have a date for me to go to Ann? Liaison and Director for South Lakeland will introduce the planning team of the Inside PCPS Leadership Program. We were not doing that.
It was revised.
I'm on recognitions. And finally, Sandy Perlwitz, Exceptional Student Education Teacher Facilitator, will recognize Project Search.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Board, Superintendent Hyde, and thank you for this opportunity to come and just share a little bit about what's happening with Project Search, which is a hands-on job skill training program that takes place entirely within the workplace environment. And it is so much fun and so exciting to bring these fine young men, these adults who have gone through this program, which we started here in Polk County 7 years ago, this transition program. And our very first student that was actually hired through Project Search at Lakeland Regional Health. And I would like to introduce you to this young man, Elijah Jones, if you want to come up. And you're going to have to bring that up. And you can kind of look at him and tell him what it means to you, buddy.
Project Search has been a great blessing to me. I was the first hire, and 6 years later, I became a team lead, and I worked very hard for it. I've been wanting to be a team lead for a long time, and then now I got it. And now I'm blessed. And then Miss Sandy has been looking out for me and my brother, and she a very blessing to me. And hopefully more in the future that people that have disabilities, they can do anything. So just put in the hard work, and then anything's possible. And I want to thank the faculties and staff. Thank you for all you guys do. It's a blessing, and I want to appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much.
And his brother also went through this program, and his name is Kivante Jones. And both of these young men, they have just excelled, and I am so, so very proud of them. Come on up, Kivante. Tell them. Look at them.
Okay. First of all, I want to tell you, thank you, school board, for having me here. My name is Kivante, and Project Search has been such a blessing for me on my heart. It really has changed me in my whole life. I've been working environmental housekeeping for 5 years, and it's hard work and dedication. Like my manager told me on the job, always smile, keep a smile on your face, because you never know who you're gonna brighten somebody's day up. Students who in the near future who want to become Project Search, please come here, and it will change your whole life. First of all, I'm tell you, all of y'all, blessful and so peaceful. I want to tell y'all I love you, and I appreciate y'all for letting me having me here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that says it all right there. That is such a blessing. And we also have a little short video that we'd like to play for you. And thank you so much for this opportunity. It is a blessing.
Got a job.
What?
Got a job.
You got a job?
Yes. I got it, and I got the job.
Are you happy?
Yes, ma'am. I'm very excited to be here.
Mother?
Yes.
I got the job.
So it's just a normal day, and then I got a job offer.
No kidding, congratulations.
Yeah.
I got him.
You did! You got the job! Oh my god, I'm so happy for you!
Project Search provides real-life work experiences with hands-on job skill training that takes place entirely within the workplace environment. And through these different worksite rotations, our interns have an opportunity to learn the marketable, transferable skills which assist them in finding employment. The interns also write resumes, and they practice their interviewing skills, and they learn the soft skills needed for success on the job.
We would like to offer you the position.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, is that, you're accepting it?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Congratulations, we'd like to welcome.
We're glad to have you on the team.
Thank you.
So congratulations so much.
Congratulations. We're so glad to have you.
1,
2, 3, team!
Hello, I'm Katarina and I work at Dixieland Elementary. Thank you to Project Search for helping me find a job at Dixieland Elementary. And I love working with the people that I work with and love doing what I do.
Love here, join here. Opportunities here are special here. Meet new faces, new people. Very hands-on experience. It'll teach you career skill, need to learn.
Project Search has helped me get my first job, which was kind of an accomplishment for me. I enjoy the people. It always keeps me on my toes.
I love this place because it allowed me to meet new people and do a lot of work, but I like it. I thank Miss Sandy and them for helping me find a job here, and I'm really grateful for them as well.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Sandy, Miss Mildred, and Miss Dennis for everything that they did for me.
I want to thank Miss Sandy and Miss Dennis, also Miss Mildred, for letting me the opportunity to come here. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And I also want to appreciate to Michelle for letting me work at this department, this organization.
This is for all the people out here who love to get a job, and this is the best place to be. Project Search.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Superintendent Hyde, I have that Ms. Miller would like to make comments.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I go to her next?
Thanks for
Ms.
letting
Miller?
me make comments.
Chair. I'm so glad you could join us tonight. When I saw the program, the recognition program for the students, I saw managers of Lakeland Regional that came in on their day off to really celebrate these students. Sandy Perlowitz is a gift to this district. She's run that program at Lakeland Regional, and we are looking to replicate it because you can see it's meaningful engagement, it's employment, it's gainful employment for these students. So I'm so proud that she's still here with us and hasn't left on retirement yet. And I'm so thankful that those young men could come and share. And there's multiple stories like that because that's the end goal, to make sure students are working to their utmost ability. So thank you, Lakeland Regional Hospital, and Sandy Perlowitz for having that program. Thank you.
Madam Chair, that concludes special recognition for this evening.
Thank you, Superintendent Hyde. And next, we'll go to the public comment portion of our agenda. And I do have 2 public comment cards for this evening. Before we get started, I just want to go over the process for public comments. Again, to register to speak, community members must fill out a speaker card in the lobby prior to the meeting. All speakers will be given 3 minutes. The light will turn yellow when you have 1 minute left, and you will hear a beep when your time is concluded. As a reminder, public comments are an opportunity for us to hear your thoughts and comments. This is not a question and answer session. However, if you are seeking additional information, I encourage you to contact any of us or the superintendent's office outside of board meetings, and we would be happy to have deeper conversations. And our first will be Robert Dees. And then on deck will be Glenda White. Whenever you're ready, we'll start.
Hi, I'm Bobby Dees. I live in Winter Haven, Florida. There are too many subjects under consent agenda H, business service subjects 1 through 12, to discuss at one time. There are multiple unanswered questions that should be in the attachments. Most commonly, where is the breakdown of expenditures for each? How did and who arrived at the sum of money described for each subject? Who's in charge of allocating this money? Why is this needed? How do you justify the use of this money? Other questions arise as well. When the terms like materials, local education agencies, strategies, professional development, to name a few, what are they? How many students are participating? What results do you expect? Who conducts assessments? What kind of engineering and technology do you hope to teach K through 3rd grade? What locations? What enrichment? You say you are addressing learning loss due to COVID. Florida only lost 5 months of learning, which is very small by comparison to other states. So is this an excuse to waste ESSER funds? All these subjects 1 through 12 in their present form lack substance. There are no detailed expenditures, no accountability for the money spent, and should be supported by a broader analysis. Prove to me and the public why we need to be spending so much money on these programs that have a combined total of $38 million, which 2 of these subjects regarding summer learning camps are receiving $16 million of that total. This is a waste of taxpayer dollars these grants are comprised of. There has already been enough wasteful curriculums and woke ideology to warrant a closer look at these programs. If you approve this spending without a good explanation of how it will be spent, I will contact the Florida Education Office and ask them to audit the Polk County School Board. The public deserves better than this. Do the right thing, remove these subjects from the consent agenda, and table them for a later date, or move them to the action agenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dees. And next will be Glenda White.
Hi, I'm Glenda White, a Winter Haven resident. I'm also very concerned about items on the consent agenda. The ESSER projects proposed under H, business items, add up to over $30 million. I I checked the attachment to these proposals, expecting to see plans of what this huge amount of money will be used for. I found only simplistic spending tables with very short descriptions. When I wrote and called various board members and the superintendent, I was told that the items were discussed at the work session in April. I was advised that there was about 22 minutes of discussion on these items, which amounts to under 30 seconds per $1 million spent. There is no in-depth planning that I've seen showing a real plan for the use of this money. If the proposal offered on the attachments was offered in a private company as a serious proposal, the presenter would be laughed out of the room and summarily fired. Polk schools closed for a government manufacturer scare event in 2020, of March 2020. Schools reopened in August 2020. During the closure, our kids attended school online. Where are the reports of actual estimates and analysis of learning loss? Does anyone in this room really believe that after 2 years, our kids are still not caught up for a half a year of learning loss? Does this school board think that our kids are not very bright? I don't know. The learning issues in our schools were going on long before COVID, and throwing money at the problem is not going to help. It never has. Here are some of the serious problems I see in these proposals. There are no ties shown to learning loss in subjects 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. Several of these proposals target children in pre-K through 3rd grade. Most of these kids were toddlers and not even in school when the COVID hoax shut schools down. Please explain to Polk citizens how these children experience learning loss. Is this school board really okay with spending over $30 million in one fell swoop in this district without a very strong justification, while families in all districts struggle to make ends meet due to government betrayal? It looks to me as if 20 minutes of conversation on this spending is justification enough for this school board. Please remove all consent agenda items using ESSER funds and either place them on the action agenda or table these until a proper white paper can be provided for public viewing. If the spending is truly justified, let people see it and stand with you. We don't have to be dependent on federal government. We just need to stop with the social experimentation and begin teaching our kids again. Whatever you vote tonight will be shared with the public. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. White. The next item on our agenda is approval of the minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes to approve this evening. The first is for the minutes from the April 25th, 2023 school board meeting. And I will seek a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fields and Ms. Miller. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries. The next set of minutes is from our April 25th work session. So I'll now seek a motion to approve the minutes of the April 25th, 2023 work session meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fields and Ms. Miller. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? And the motion carries. Next will be our consent agenda. I'll hear a motion to approve the May 9th, 2023 consent agenda items.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Cunningham and Ms. Miller. Any discussion? Ms. Fields.
Okay, item H, the ESSER funds. We talked about that earlier during the work session. And Superintendent Hyde, I want to make sure that I'm correct. Everything that we covered at the last work session is attached to the agenda.
Yes, ma'am.
And it outlines the budget analysis as well.
That is correct. There's a detailed budget attached to each.
And I remember vividly asking a lot of questions at the last work session about salaries and positions and everything to make sure that it was clear how those funds would be used.
Yes, ma'am.
and your recommendation stands that this is a consent agenda item.
Yes, ma'am. At this time, it would take board action to move it from consent to action. But I feel that we've done sufficient due diligence to outline the costs associated with it and the specificity in which the dollars would be used.
And
As it
one-
relates, and there's also, if I may provide a point of clarification, some of these are ESSER 3 ARA dollars. And so while it speaks to learning loss, the reality that our school district continues to rank 52nd out of 67 school districts in English language arts, I think speaks volumes of the need for us to continue to push academics throughout the summer to prevent learning loss.
And I agree with you, and also, if my memory serves me correctly, we were closed from March 2021 to June, to the end of May 2021, and we came back in the fall, and we had hybrid. A lot of our students still were learning from home.
Correct.
And not many were back in brick and mortar. And then the following year, the governor pretty much said that everybody had to go back to brick and mortar. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Fields. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
And the motion carries 6-1. Next will be our action agenda. And we have one item on, I think it came up before.
Oh.
Are we good on the vote for that one?
Yes.
I believe, yes. Okay. The next item will be our action agenda. The only item we have on our action agenda tonight is RCMA School of Hope Operator, and I will seek a motion to approve the performance-based agreement for RCMA.
Move to approve.
Second.
Ms. Miller and Ms. Fields. Any discussion?
We're not doing new administrators?
I am so sorry. Let's vote on this and then we'll go back.
Okay.
I was with you.
What's the question?
If we're recognizing new administrators, which I skipped over. Seeing no discussion on RCMA Schools of Hope Operator. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries. Superintendent Hyde, do we have any new administrators tonight?
We do, Madam Chair, members of the board. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming Miss Stephanie Duran. Or is it Duran or Doran? Duran, very good. Coordinator for Visually Impaired in Hillsborough County's Public Schools is our new hire for Director of Compliance here in Polk County Public Schools.
Thank you, Superintendent Hyde, Madam Chair, and board members. I'd like to take a moment to express how humbled and honored I am to serve Polk County Schools in the role of Director of Compliance. My passion to serve began during my bachelor-level internship and throughout my 6 years in the classroom, where I was given the opportunity to guide students, families, and stakeholders through intervention procedures, IEPs, and 504 processes. My service then evolved into a compliance specialist position, which allowed me to work with students who have varying levels of unique abilities, including those of low incidences, such as gifted, visually impaired, and deaf or hard of hearing populations. This meaningful work opened further opportunities that enabled me to not only serve as the coordinator of the visually impaired program, but to continue to learn and grow alongside a large group of individuals who dedicate their lives to provide equitable access to all students in light of their unique circumstances. I look forward to this opportunity with Polk County Schools and continue my work to ensure equitable, individualized, and appropriate public education to future generations. Thank you so much.
Are you joined by any family tonight?
I am not, but the department that hired me is here to support me.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Next is Drew Gainey, Assistant Principal at Lena Vista Elementary, is now being promoted to Principal at Boswell Elementary.
Good evening, Board, Superintendent Hyde,
and distinguished family and guest. It is with profound gratitude and humility that I stand here today before you, ready to embrace my new role as principal at Boswell Elementary. As I embark on this journey, I cannot help but reflect on the path that has led me here, from my humble beginnings as an elementary para and teacher to my experience as a math coach and IB coordinator, and eventually as an assistant principal. Each stage has bestowed upon me invaluable lessons and insights that I will undoubtedly carry with me into this next chapter. I wish to express a heartfelt appreciation to my parents, whose support has been a constant source of strength throughout my life. Not only did they instill within me a deep-seated passion for learning, but they also nurtured a strong work ethic that has been instrumental throughout my career. Their belief in me in times of triumph and challenge alike has been a guiding force propelling me forward. My success has never been a solitary endeavor. At the heart of my personal and professional journey, my wife, Nicole, has been my strongest ally, confidant, and guiding star. Her unwavering support, love, and understanding have been the very bedrock upon which my achievements stand. We have shared a partnership that transcends the personal, extending into our shared passion for education. Her insights and perspectives have often been a source of inspiration, and her resilience, a constant reminder of the strength of character I aspire to embody. Our sons, Dalton and Jackson, are our greatest treasures. Their individuality and accomplishments fill us with immense pride. They continually remind us of the profound impact and importance of the work we do in education. Their intellect and creativity continually inspire me to foster an educational environment that nurtures such potential. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the significant influence of my former administrators throughout my 17 years in education. I am immensely grateful to Diane Roseborough, who has joined here today, Kim Van Hook, Jennifer Detling, and Evelyn Holland. Their guidance, mentorship, and support have been instrumental in my professional journey. Among these influential figures, Denise Sharp has played a pivotal role since the beginning of my administrative journey, not only as my mentor, but as a constant source of support throughout my administrative career. Denise, words cannot express my gratitude for your guidance, wisdom, and friendship. Your wisdom and guidance have joined the chorus of voices that have shaped the leader that I am today, and I am forever grateful for your contributions to my life. My sincere appreciation does go to the board, Superintendent Hyde, Deputy Superintendent Green, and Regional Superintendent Nave, for entrusting me with this remarkable responsibility. I pledge to work diligently every day to meet your expectations and ensure that Boswell Elementary remains a beacon of educational excellence. As I assume this new role, I firmly believe that a good principal must embody the qualities of a servant leader, prioritizing the needs of students, staff, and the community. A servant leader is dedicated to fostering growth among their team and empowering them to realize their full potential. I am committed to cultivating a positive and inclusive school environment where everyone feels valued, respected, and supported. My vision for Boswell is to nurture our students into lifelong learners, equipped with skills and resilience to face life's challenges. This entails fostering a strong foundation in both academic experiences and social-emotional well-being, and creating a safe, supportive space where students are encouraged to take risks and learn from their experiences. To realize this vision, I pledge to collaborate closely with our staff, families, and community partners, believing that through unity, we can guarantee that every student at Boswell Elementary receives the exceptional education they deserve. Thank you once more for this incredible opportunity. I am thrilled to begin this new chapter in my career and remain steadfast in my commitment to the success of our students and staff. Thank you.
So as is customary, if you want, you're welcome to invite your family down to take a photo with you, and at least have them stand and be recognized if you don't mind.
My mother and father, Debbie Gang and Larry Gang, Jackson and Dalton and Nicole.
Come on. Come on.
I say we probably need a picture with his two principal mentors sitting over here as well.
Congratulations again. Madam Chair, that concludes new administrators.
Thank you, Superintendent Hyde. And next on our agenda will be the superintendent's report.
The next work session and board meeting will be held on June 13th, 2023. The work session will begin at 12:30 p.m. and the board meeting will begin at 5 p.m. The meetings will be held at the district office located at 1915 South Laurel Avenue in Bartow.
Thank you, Superintendent Hyde. And Mr. Bridges, do you have an attorney's report for us?
Yes, ma'am. There were 2 items raised at the work session today that require public hearing. And I was asked to request authority to advertise those so they can be held during the meeting of the school board in June. The first of these will be revisions of the policy on the naming conventions for schools and facilities as presented at this afternoon's work session. Once again, that will be a public hearing to be held at the June school board meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Bridges. Do we need a motion on that, or
If
do
you would,
just
please.
Okay, separate motions, or
I'll do it that way.
okay? So I'll first seek a motion for a public hearing regarding policy regarding naming of facilities.
So moved.
Ms. Cunningham and Ms. Miller. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries.
And the second one would be to request authority to advertise a public hearing also to be held during the June school board meeting to adopt revisions to the Code of Student Conduct as presented at the work session today.
And I will seek a motion to advertise a public hearing for the Student Code of Conduct in June.
Second.
Ms. Fields and Ms. Cunningham, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll see to the notices.
Thank you, Mr. Bridges. And next, we will go to board member reports. And let's start with Ms. Miller today.
Usually catch me off guard, but
Mixing things up.
Yeah, I had a feeling we'd go this way. I just have a few things I want to mention. I appreciate Munifia Neal at Polk State College. She held the first annual, not autism awareness, but an autism acceptance event. It was a great field day with staff. Between Lakeland, it was a competition of Lakeland staff and students in Winter Haven. I was there to watch tug of war. It was a great day, but it was really there to highlight that Polk State College is very proud of all students of all abilities, and they turned out to show their support. Also, we had a community meeting at Doris Sanders. When we have a new principal opening, we do try to talk to staff and families and give them a chance to give their perspective on what they see in a quality leader. It was well attended by staff, which I think is important that we are listening to the people that we work with. Congressman Franklin was able to give out the Congressional Art Award to some very talented students. I was shocked at what I saw. I shouldn't be, because I know what kind of talent we have in this district, but I was very thankful for that opportunity for our students. I want to make sure more schools are aware of that next year so we can get that out. Also, we talk about the arts and how much it's important to our kids. I stopped by Mr. McGee's music room at North Lakeland Elementary, and that was a good time, showing the kids that, you have to sit still for so long, that there is a time to celebrate music, and they were doing a great job. So I appreciate North Lakeland letting me stop by. It was a great day. And the last event I got to do was the ribbon cutting of the second Aerospace Academy. And I'll let Sarah Beth have that because it's in Winter Haven. But that's what we're doing. We're making sure there's meaningful, engaging educational opportunities for all kids across the district. And I think by adding this second program, we're going to allow those opportunities to students who weren't able to make it to Lakeland. But thanks so much. This is a busy time of year and graduations are coming up. So I look forward to those events. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Mr. Sharpless?
So a while back when we had our presentation by Mr. Pitts, we talked about, one thing I talked about was the district cost differential. And one thing that I want to just highlight here is that the budget that was presented and passed by our legislative body in Tallahassee and submitted to the governor for approval actually changed the whole way that we're structured as far as the district cost differential. Actually, it permanently eliminated it and replaced it with the comparable wage factor. which, without getting into the details, basically, we got a 3% bump in funding from 0.97, which is where our factor was, to 1.0. In fact, all districts are going to be at a minimum of 1.0. So the point is, I'm excited that will, that's something that I mentioned. I remember we talked about that at a board meeting. I'm excited that Polk County will not be, hurt by that anymore, and it will only help us to get more funding. And we also had some great things that we went up there and advocated, some of us school board members, on behalf of our district. One thing that I'm really excited about that is in the budget are portable generators. So now if a hurricane hits us, or when a hurricane hits us, not if, but when, we will have portable generators, assuming that it is signed in by the governor, that actually can not only help us here in Polk County, because if, as you know, the hurricane can come from the Atlantic side, the Gulf side. Having portable generators, we can, and these are large portable generators, we can go from one side of the county to the other, but also we're within about 4-hour driving distance from most of Florida, and we can actually help other districts. Like what happened in Lee County this past year with the hurricane. We could actually send portable generators down there, assuming this, again, passes. So I'm excited about that. Some of the events that I went to since our last meeting, I really enjoyed going with board member Cunningham to Davenport School of the Arts and their Leadership Day. That was fun, as well as doing some stuff in my own district. I got to present on ag careers at McLaughlin Academy of Excellence. That was really neat to fine arts students to kind of expand their knowledge on different careers in agriculture, as well as attending the Frostproof FFA banquet. That was a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys know this, but Frostproof FFA won a state contest for poultry judging. They're actually going to be competing in Louisville, Kentucky this fall, or either Louisville or Indy. I can't remember. It always flip-flops. But at the National FFA Convention. And we have the opportunity, as we're state champions, to compete at the national. Who knows? We could be national champions here from Polk County. There's so many other things I'd like to say, but I'm gonna stop there. Just really enjoying getting out there and meeting people in our district.
Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. Ms. Fields?
I just have a couple of things, but the first thing I want to say is, Nathan, you did a great job, and you guys are still here.
I was thinking the same thing.
That is amazing, and they're so manageable. Great job, great job. I just had to say that. About Face Awards, I was very saddened that I was not able to participate in that this year. This is my first time ever not being a part of that amazing program. I want to commend the community relations staff for coordinating that. I know that Marissa Green is no longer with us, and I'm sure they've got a heavy lift there trying to get it done. But I want to commend all of the young men and women that were recognized, because they might have had some challenges with their behavior, maybe with their academics, but they were able to turn that situation around. And I want to commend each of them. And I know personally one of them who's graduating this year from high school. So that is a blessing. I also want to commend Kathleen High School for Commitment Day. It was a great morning, and I want to thank Khalil Carswell for working real hard behind the scene, collecting gifts for the students. And there were students going in all different directions as far as universities. And one of the young ladies is being accepted at Harvard. So just exciting that they're going to be doing some things beyond high school. And I want to commend the 2 young men that came tonight from Project Search and sharing their heart and sharing their testimony. And I want to commend Sandy for her work as well. So I think that today is a good day, and we have so much to be thankful for and so many wonderful things that's happening right before our eyes, and we need to remember why we are here, for the good of the students and their families. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fields. Mr. Nolte?
Thank you, Sarah Beth, and thank you, Superintendent Hyde. There's so many great things going on in this county. It's not sure where I should start, but today we had the Inside Polk meeting for the business people that have been taking a year class and learning about Polk County and how good we are, and the culinary people put on a great lunch. I attended the prom by myself, of course, for the Dora Sanders, Gene Odell, and Karen Siegel. Just amazing. I taught special ed for a couple summers, and it's just these students were just having such a great time. Their parents were there, the smiles on their faces. It was really special. And then about face, that was great. Just how these students had turned themselves around. Knowledge is definitely power, as it used to say on the side of our vehicles when I worked here for 9 years. Just got some great things going on, and I'm hoping and praying that we've got some money coming down from Tallahassee, and maybe we can find some to give these awesome teachers in Polk County. They're in the middle of the pay grade, which don't get much, and the first-year teachers really incredibly got a great pay raise. But we've got some great teachers in every grade level and every year experience and everything. But I certainly would like to see those people in the middle of the pay grade that seem to be working year after year and not getting anything. And I'm sure that we can pull a rabbit out of our hat hopefully this year. And I just humbled to be here. Thank you, and keep going to your PTO meetings, and keep your elementary schools, middle schools, junior high schools, and keep them going back to their teachers and everybody. And thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Nolte. Ms. Cunningham?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a few items. I just wanted to give kudos to Davenport School of the Arts. Superintendent Hyde and I attended the Leadership Day 2023. And it was really an awesome morning learning about the leader in me, and also the 7 habits of highly effective kids and teens. And I don't know if everybody knows, but we found out that day that DSA, Davenport School of the Arts, is the first Lighthouse Leader in Me school in Polk County Public Schools. So I thought that was kind of cool to find that out as we were making our way around. The event featured a wax museum, which was really cool, student leadership speakers throughout the places that we visited on campus. We went to classrooms and visited a bunch of different ones, which were really all so varied and so different. They had student panels and some student action teams. We were treated to kindergartners who sang us a couple of beautiful songs, which was so precious. We enjoyed the jazz band, the bells. We had some performers doing bells in the hallways. And there were 2 all-school performances from the musical Frozen Junior, which had just been done there on the campus the previous 2 weekends. And the kids were in costume and everything. It was quite a treat. I really enjoyed it. So I just want to say kudos to Principal Cindy Brayton and her staff for a great way to showcase all the talent and the leadership skills of our students. And I know this occurs in all of our schools, but it's so refreshing to see that and witness these kids doing what they love and being able to share that with us. So I thought it was an absolutely awesome morning. I serve as the board's liaison to our Audit and Finance Committee, and we met last week, and during work session, I mentioned to the board that we had some really great news. Mr. Alain Nunez spoke to us on behalf of our finance department, and I had asked the question, what do we look like? Even though the reports that we were going through were back from January, what did it look like as far as our fund balance here at the end of the year? Were we going to make, we have a board policy where we need to be at 5% in order to be stable and to move into the next year. Well, it is May, and end of our fiscal year is June 30th, so I kind of said, do you know, or does staff have a prediction whether or not we're going to be on target? And so he was so gracious and followed up with us in an email after the meeting and indicated that after getting with the powers to be, that it looked like we were going to be over the it's 5 point something, but whatever, over the 5%. And I thought that was great. I mean, with all the different things that we're doing and trying to make ends meet and trying to do the right things and purchasing, between curriculum and hopeful raises, on and on. It's just great to know that that fund balance is going to be above the 5%. So I wanted to let the board know, and also being transparent with our community. We talked about the status of our economy. Nobody really has that crystal ball, but overall, all of our funds that are being invested across different sectors are doing okay, obviously, and are continuing to grow to give our district more money to operate with. So I just wanted to let everybody know, fiscally for this year, we've done well. Superintendent Hyde, thank you for your leadership on the financial side of things, which, to all of us sitting here is so very important. So appreciate your time and talent and your leadership when it comes to staff. So that's all I have. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Cunningham. And I'll keep my comments pretty brief, but I think May is the best month of the year because we get to do all of the fun things, go to graduations, go to award ceremonies, and really recognize all of the hard work of our teachers and students. For many of our students, for the last time before they leave us, and the 13 years that they've put in with us, and have done some great things. So I'm excited for graduations to be starting on Saturday, as I'm sure many of you are. And just a couple quick things that we've gotten to do lately. So I was able to speak at our ITV Video Awards on Tuesday night. And man, the caliber of videos that are submitted all throughout Polk County is really incredible. I know as a former ITV kid, it's got a place very near and dear to my heart, so I'm thrilled always to be able to attend that event. Also, I won't go too much into CFA ribbon cutting, but I think one of the coolest parts of this week was CityWorks was last week, Thursday and Friday, and Mayor Dantzler from Winter Haven opened CityWorks, and he starts with, I want to talk about all of the partnerships that make Winter Haven great, and then went on to list every partnership that they have with Polk County Public Schools, which I know there's other partnerships that they have that make Winter Haven great, but he talked a lot about CFAA and a lot of the other unique partnerships that we're able to have with the city of Winter Haven. So it just made me feel good that the cities are also recognizing how important their partnerships are with our educational system. And then last but not least, I want to recognize Superintendent Hyde because he will be graduating tomorrow from Leadership Polk, which is quite the accomplishment. So I just want to say thank you for, you came not from Polk County, and we tried to tell you during your interviews that there is a learning curve to Polk County, but I think that you have approached it with grace and have truly rolled up your sleeves and gotten yourself inundated in all that Polk County has to offer. So I want to thank you for taking the time to do that, because I know that it takes time. It's a full day every month, and other things are happening, but for really making the effort to get to know our community and what partnerships and opportunities there are available here. So congratulations on your graduation.
May I add something on the graduation part?
Maybe.
It's very briefly. So graduation is the second best day of the school year. In my opinion, I love the first day of school and the last day of school. But this year we will have something new for parents. We will have the super camera. So I will be wearing a GoPro throughout all of our graduation events. We talked about it last year. Parents don't get to see the faces of their children when they come up to the podium to shake hands. They see the back of their heads, they see their profile, but they don't get to see the excitement on their face. So this was a new strategy that we're going to try this year. Hopefully I can remember to keep angling the camera up because so many of these kids are taller than I am. Young people are taller than I am, I should say. So it'll be an interesting thing for us to try out this year. So please look for the super camera online after each graduation event. There will be no sound. There will be no sound, but we will provide the videos. So I thought people would like to hear that.
Thank you, Superintendent Hyde. Your creativity never ceases to amaze us. All right, and next on our agenda, we will have public comments for items not on the agenda. Just as before, to register to speak, community members must fill out a speaker card in the lobby prior to the meeting. All speakers will be given 3 minutes. The light will turn yellow when you have 1 minute left, and you will hear a beep when your time is concluded. Please note that although the board encourages community participation, no immediate action will be taken on items presented during this public comment portion of the meeting. If follow-up board action is required, the matter may be placed on the agenda at a subsequent meeting in accordance with school board policy. First will be Bernard Wells, and on deck is Octavio Hernandez.
Greetings to each of you. My name is Bernard Wells. During the time that I have come before this board and spoke, I have noticed two things. One, that the microphone is not always turned on immediately when I start speaking. And two, I'm being shortened of my time in the 3 minutes. I also take note that the Senior Director of ESC position that is listed on the new organization chart for ESC. Who is the current person that's filling this position right now? Seeing how we had an African-American female who was promoted to that position has been moved, it is my understanding that the African-American females, specifically those in leadership position, are being harassed out, intimidated out, bullied out, and involuntarily put out of their position and this district. I am aware of 7 African-American females who have fallen prey to this practice, numerous others who are still being harassed and intimidated. As the governing board of Polk County Schools, you ought to be concerned about this. Your failure to take action is equivalent to condoning this practice. What are you willing to do about it? Remember, the people are watching. Mr. Hyde, several meetings ago, wondered why the community and staff alike wasn't coming to him with their concerns. If we base his behavior on the display of March meeting, the people are not coming because they don't know who they're going to be dealing with, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde, and that's not a hyperbole. One last thing before I go. Madam Chair, since things have to be addressed through you, please let Mr. Hyde know that our children are still waiting about their ESY services. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. Next will be Octavio Hernandez.
Good evening, School Board. Madam Chair, how are you? My name is Octavio Hernandez. I am a teacher at Davenport High School. Before I start, I want to say, Mr. Hyde, please don't stop doing these community meetings. I think they're a great idea. You keep going because Polk County is such a big county that we kind of forget of areas, and Northeast Polk has always felt like we've, stepchild that always gets forgotten. So please keep doing these meetings. A lot of people have really appreciated it. But we are here to promote the event from Nueva. So we had to start a nonprofit organization. We tried to do this event about a month ago, but there's a lot of things when trying to create an event like this. So what we're going to do at the end of May 29th at Lake Eva, we're going to throw an event for all of our teachers here in Polk County. And all the money that we raise is going to go for teachers that are going through chemotherapy right now. So we had to create a nonprofit. Nueva is officially a nonprofit organization, and we are looking forward to working with local communities, local charities, other teachers that have started their own charities and organizations. So we're going to work with them, with the community and the public to better educate us in this community, because I feel that Polk County is starting to become like a real large community, and we're growing so fast that we need to get out there and, talk to each other and understand the issues that we have here in Polk County and not worry about so many things that happen in Tallahassee sometimes. So I would like to cordially invite you to the first annual Teacher Bash. At the end of the year, we're going to have a karaoke competition, and I hope that you guys can join us, and I'm just going to pass these right here to you. But it's going to be a great event. A lot of the teachers are looking forward to this. We had a blast. A lot of teachers are you guys seen it when you go to prom, how much the teachers enjoy it, sometimes more than the children. So I feel like this is an event for us as teachers to let loose, have fun. We've had a very tumultuous year with everything that's going on, from COVID to everything in Tallahassee and new laws and everything that's going on. So I feel like this is a great event, a great opportunity to get the community involved, to get the teachers, the students, and our school at Davenport High School to promote this event. And I hope that you guys are, you're more than welcome to come, have a blast. I know some teachers might have, they just wanted to make it a teacher event, but honestly, I feel like this is the first annual. It should be for all of us to come together, and it's for a great cause. A lot of the teachers here in the community, I'm sure you all know somebody that's gone through cancer, and they're still working, they're still putting in their effort, and because of the love of the children. So I feel like it's time to give something back, and you know, in our school, we are very proactive. We don't like to sit around and wait for somebody else to do something. So I feel like this is a great event. A lot of our teachers, we have a board member now. I mean, a board at Nueva. We have 9 different teachers that are currently involved, and we're going to work with other organizations to create future events like this for the community just here in Polk County. So I would hope that you guys can help us out and spread the word and come out and have fun with us. Have a blast. It's the end of the year. Like you said, nothing best like the end of the year and the first day of school, but I think it's be a great way to finish it out. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Seeing no further business to come before the board, this meeting is adjourned.